Oh, I'm just stalling. There's no stalling. I missed the notification. I'm running a minute behind today, y'all. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. I'll explain the profile picture in a second. But welcome to the Troy Graham Experience. Yet another episode of Daddy's Lounge. I believe I stopped off at 25, so this is 26. Episode 26. Well, all right. Now, as far as the me not coming on camera, my forward facing lens on my camera is blurry, is messed up. I can't see anything, but the back lens shows great. So maybe someone who's more, you know, is more better with technology could explain that to me. But I am going to take it to the nerds, the geeks at Best Buy, and work it on out. So today's show is the graduation show. My youngest son graduated, and he was supposed to be on the show tonight. But you know what? You know them young people, man. You tell them the time, you give them the link, and what happens? They do what they want to do. That's just how it works. But it doesn't matter. I'm gonna celebrate them, and then it'll be. I'm gonna do business as usual. Yeah. So first, let me speak about this young man. He's the last of all four of my children. Last of the three boys, but all four of the children. He's the youngest. His name is Zion, and he's 6'2". That's why I look so short in the picture. I'm 5'11 and a half. I used to be 6 foot, but old age and gravity, more or less gravity, because I'm too pretty to be old. So that happened, and you know, I had to be there. I had to be there for the boy. I had to be there. So yeah, I remember. I knew he was going to be, a standout. I homeschooled him for a year. I homeschooled him for a year because I missed Head Start, or no, I didn't miss it because of his birthday or something. He was too old to go to Head Start, but too young to go to school, something like that. He was in the middle or some nonsense they told me. So couldn't go to either one of them. So I said, well, I'll homeschool you for a year, and then next year you're going to go to kindergarten. He did that. And the first couple of months when he was in kindergarten, they were like, we want to move. I think we want to move him up. I was like, the first grade. Because he's excelling faster than all the rest of the kids. I said, yeah, because I homeschooled him for a year. And the answer is no, right? Why did you do that? Why didn't you let your son go ahead to the first grade? Because this is what happens. He goes up to another grade. What if he starts falling behind then what? I thought about that. Just because he's a little bit ahead of the kids in kindergarten doesn't mean that he's going to excel in the first grade. And luckily, I didn't do that because if I would have done that, then they would have said, well, we have to slow him down or put him back or something like that. Because they were trying to do that with my other son as well. He was in the second grade and they wanted to move him to the third grade. And so I tried that I tried it. Did it just to prove it to him and to myself. And he was like, I won't go back to the second grade. I can't keep up with these kids. And I said, is it that you want to go back or you just can't keep up? And he said, no, I just can't keep up with them, Dad. So I said, all right, back to the second grade you go, my friend. Yeah, I talked to them like that. So, but this child here, man, I was so happy to see him graduate because he had a time graduating high school. His granddad and grandfather, his granddad and grandmother died close, real close. I think one died in 2020, and I know for a fact that the other one died in 2022, which knocked him off his axis because he was real close to his granny. I mean, super close. And so he went into a little bit of a depression and just kind of shut down, right? So I had to talk him back into it because he wanted to drop out of school and everything else. And I was like, nah, let's go for a walk. Let's talk. And we're gonna work it out. We're gonna work it out. So, and lo and behold, he was like, man, I just want to go work and help around the house. I don't want to go back to school. I mean, you were sick and almost died. Granny died. I don't, mommy's sick. I don't want to go. It's like I had to let him know that's life. Yeah, I don't have nothing to do with you, and nothing you could do to stop that. Nothing. So dropping out ain't a thing. We don't quit. You one of mine. You can't quit. You tough it out. Shit. And I went on a soliloquy of everything I've been through, and for you to say you want to quit. And then I gave him a story. And his mom returned back to college and stuff because she always wanted to finish her degree, and she went back to school in her 30s, right? So it came a time when she wanted to quit, and I was there with her at night, helping her with, I was taking care of the kids, and she was going to school, and I was like, "You can't quit. You can't quit." And I'm gonna tell you why. See the daughter right there. What happens when she gets to high school and she feels like, man, I don't want to do this no more. I want to quit. What you gonna tell her if she sees you quit college? Ain't no quitting, right? Because she really wanted to drop out because she was working as well and going to school. And I was like, nah, you can't stop. You can't stop. We going, right? You going, period. And so she went and graduated. And I stayed on her neck about that too. And so, and then his sister graduated, right? And then his brother graduated, both of them. His two older brothers graduated, and then here he is now, just dealing with real life situations, letting worry haunt him and get him into a depression. So he stopped school for a year, and then I got on his neck. I said, "Nah, time for you to get up off your butt. You had your time to grieve. Now's your time to leave. Come on now. Time to say, time to get up." But Dad, I don't know. I don't know. I got a job now. I was like, you have a job. That's it. The job ain't nothing but a paycheck, baby. That's all the job is, but a paycheck. It don't ensure a future, and it damn sure can't take care of a family nowadays. Okay? What you gonna do? What you gonna do? You wanna have a life, right? And we had some times, man, and then lo and behold, God blessed him. His auntie said that he could come stay with her, and she lived basically in the county in a better school, actually the school that I graduated from, right? So 34 years later, my son graduates from the school that I graduated from. Hallelujah. So I know, yeah. So he went to stay with his auntie and his cousins, and they stayed on his neck, and he graduated. And it was one little, almost a hiccup with Spanish class, but he did that, and I stayed on his neck, paid for night school and all that stuff, and you know, bam, he went. He went. He made it through. Hallelujah. So I'm proud of him. I wish he was here, but the boy don't know how to listen. And I'm not calling him because he only answered the phone for his little girlfriend. So but nevertheless, man, I let him know that you got to go through these trials and these tribulations because life is real, and you live in reality. And if you ain't strong enough to take the pain, how will you ever appreciate the healing? Hmm? How? You got to go through the pain if you want to heal. That's just it. I'm not saying hurt yourself or nothing like that, but when it comes at you, and it will, whether it's physical, emotional, or mental, to fight it. It's going to hit you. It might make you wobble. It might even put you down. But get the hell up. Now, I reminded him how many times I had to get up. And I still got to get up. And so I told him, as long as I'm breathing, you're going to get up. So, and then I asked him what he wanted to do. I said, you should be thinking. I talked to him way before he graduated about what he wanted to do. And I kept mentioning the Air Force, the Air Force, the Air Force, the Air Force, because it's legacy. His grandparents were in the Air Force, and I just had a feeling he was like selling there. He's not built for the Marines at all. He drop out. He's not built for the Army to go sleeping outside. They just like the Marines. And he doesn't want to be on no ship or no submarine with a bunch of dudes. So he has that mind, though. He could excel in the Air Force. He could excel. He has that mind. I'm positive he has a lot of insight as well. So he's going to be coming to stay with me for a little bit. I'm going to talk to a recruiter and see what the deal is. Because the ideal thing for him is to get out of Baltimore as soon as possible, and to get out of my house as soon as possible too. Why do I say it like that? Because the more he sits around, the more he'll get comfortable. He'll get comfortable. He'll just want to go get a job. I don't want him. I want him to work, yeah, but I don't want him to sit around and just walk in circles like I did when I was at his job. No. Go build. Go out there, grow your spirit, open up yourself a little bit, go see the world, struggle, succeed, and then do it all over again. Struggle, succeed, grow, struggle, succeed, grow. And then there'll come a point where the struggle won't be there. It'll just be succeed and grow, but with mindfulness. Don't just grow without, and not be mindful. Just because you're making 50,000, or let's say you make $100,000 a year, right? Cool. What you do is you live off $5,000 a month, and you put the rest down. That's half of what you make anyway. That's if you're making $100,000 a year, that's $10,000 a month. Put 5,000 down and go live off the other 5,000. Get yourself a house with some land, and then go from there. Have enough money that you save up that in case anything happens to that home. These are things I'm telling him. That you have enough money to pay for roof leaks or anything else that might come. Whatever might come. You might need someone to shampoo your car because you're too lazy to have some money. Get yourself a car, pay it off. Don't buy no new car. Get a car that you like to pay the damn thing off. So you like to pay them more money for the car than what is listed on the price. Pay the damn thing off, man, and then pay your insurance off for a year, and that gives you the ability to save some money. And then while you're doing that, you start reading a lot of these books or watching some of these folks on YouTube that teach people how to make money. You can make $800 on a day, or do this or do that. Learn from them. Go find something you like. Learn it, and then build with that and save your money. Because you're good for a year with your car insurance. You don't have car payments, and then you pay the mortgage and the bills inside the house. So do that. Don't waste your time. This is real life here. Don't sit around. And then I told him when I got here to Maryland, I was 18. I'll be 54 in August. Time don't wait for you. Also told him to look in the model. The boy handsome. He get it from his dad. So, I just want what's best for all of them. I want what's best for every last one of them. And if you got to take some pain, then let it come. If you got to go, if you got to pull yourself through hell and let it come. Because, hell, love, like the word says, pain only lasts but a day, but joy don't come in the morning. Don't ever doubt that. Now, it might be a long ass day, but joy will come. I want to close my eyes and wake up, and all of my children are taking care of themselves, and they all are building something where no one could take from them. I know not all of them are meant to do businesses, but hell, there's bread routes out here, there's vending machine businesses out there. Start something, and I won't ever get fired. Have a secondary income and a third. This way, if you do happen to lose that job, you got something. You got enough money to pay all the bills for maybe a year or a couple of months. These are the lessons I've been hammering into them since they were children. Even though you're saying, well, why didn't you go through like that? I was broken. I was broken. My issues are another subject. I'm here to celebrate my son today, right? So I was broken, but I kept getting up. No matter how much pain I was in, I got up and did what was necessary. I don't want them to do what was necessary. I want them to do what they want. I guess that's every parent's dream, but I'm gonna push it until until I get to the reality of it. I want them to do what they want, but they have to earn it. Ain't no playing around with it. I got all these books over here. I'm reading. What I have to do now is put them to work, put that knowledge to work, which is what I'm asking them. I read these books. I read these books to help me, of course, but when I apply them, that's how I help my children. When I apply the knowledge I gain from these books, that's how I help my children. And that's what my dream is, to leave them something that no one can ever take from them. I mean, the house is there, but I want some land. I want some land, you know. Damn sure I want some land, like 30 acres. That'll be cool. 30 acres. Or 30, or 40 in this case. This way, they'll always have land. My grandkids will always have land, all of that, But man, let me tell you, I went back to Baltimore to see him graduate, and my spirit I was happy to see him, but as I'm riding around on the public transportation down there, that spirit of depression tried to kick me behind. He said, I knew you'd come back. I knew you would come back with your backpack on. I knew you. I knew you'd come back. My ninja. My ninja. I knew you'd come back. Nah, devil. I'm only here for a day, baby. I'm only here for 3 days, baby. But you can't have me. I kept moving when I was out there, y'all. I walked, I caught bus after train. I caught the bus, the light rail, and walked. I just did what I needed to do to get around. Never took the time to say, I'm tired, I'm hot, I'm bothered. I didn't take that time. Uh-uh. My main goal was to get back to my home. I saw my son. I came, I hugged him up, loved him up, and took him out to eat. Little sucker stayed on the phone with his girlfriend. All his family around him. Little sucker stayed on the phone with his girlfriend. I said if she was worth anything, she would be here. I told you. You asked me about questions about young women, and I tell you the truth. She showed you who she is. You could talk to her on the phone, but she couldn't come to your graduation. Hmm. That's not someone you want to be with. His mother telling me, you being too hard. And you would say that. But why is she here? And I'm sure she can hear me because he was on the phone with her. I don't care. I don't want him to destroy his life for some little heifer. I said it and I meant it and I'm going to stand by it. What you going to do? Yeah, man, but it was so good seeing him. He said he didn't even recognize me. He said, Dad, you got so small. Last time that boy saw me, I was 260. I'm 204 pounds now. So, yeah, I would say I got a little smaller. But, man, I gotta head back up there. I told him I'll come back on by Christmas. Your dad, Daddy needs to get a car. So, Christmas it is. Christmas. Christmas. That's right. Christmas. Yeah. Enjoying it. Don't just sit back and enjoy the moment, watching him grow and all that. This is his time to shine, I told him. Go be like the sun. Go shine. Go shine, baby. Go be like the sun. So now he's shining. He got that off his back. So it's time to take a breath or two. After you take a breath or two, hit that road hard. I gave it to him. I said, stay focused. Don't do pointless things like just chase money because that's what you're doing with Amazon. But that's where he said he works now. I said, not for long. You ain't gonna do that no more. You know, I told you to be purposeful. You just getting a paycheck again. You going back into your old routine. Sometimes you gotta listen to your dad. I know you're supposedly a young adult and all that, but you still got a whole lot more growing to do. But that's why God put me first. Then He gave me these three boys who grew into men so I could live my life in reverse. Not that I want them to be me, but I'm saying they're gonna learn from whatever I have done. I have That's the teaching I can give them when I see them messing up. You know, um, you know, my life in reverse is really their present. And if I have anything to say to it, it won't be their future. You know, their future is gonna be brighter. I'm gonna give it all I got again. Like I told them, I don't want none of y'all to come stay with me. I'm in my 50s, y'all in your 20s. Get your own place. Why you want to stay up under the old man anyway? Huh? But boy, I tell you, when he came off that stage after they called his name, I got past the guards and hugged them right up, and they were like, you're not supposed to be on this side with the grand. I was like, I know, but I just hugged my son up till they came and got me, because you're not supposed to be on over there where the students are like that when they walking off the stage. But I was right there. I was right there. As soon as he came off, tackled him. Boom! I said, you didn't even see me coming, did you, little Batman? I got you. I got you. You didn't even see your daddy coming. I still got some moves. Got past the guards and everything. Well, most of the guards were female, and I was smelling good and looking good that day, so they let me pass. It's the dark skin and the gap, yeah, and the big lips. It works all the time. Yes, trust me, it does. But man, I don't know if you can hear it in my voice. How happy I am for that boy. So yeah, next move, Air Force, baby. We going to the Air Force. Well, he going to the Air Force. I'm just gonna, I'm just gonna help him get there. He wants to be an engineer. What better place than the Air Force? I told him, he wants to be a photographer as well. I said, well, get your degree in engineering, and that will fund your photography, right? But get the engineering degree, get yourself a career as an engineer, and then that'll fund the photography. And then after a while, you can actually start your own photography business and not have it mess up your career as an engineer. until you get to a point where you're doing so well as a photographer. And if you want to stop the engineering career and start and focus more on your business as a photographer, guess what? You could do it. But you need one to start the other. And you have to do it in the right way, not backwards. The one that pays you and gives you a actual career at first would be engineering. And photography is your dream. So fund it. Fund that dream. I'll never tell them not to live your dream. Fund it. Live it. Walk it. Don't just dream about it. That's what you do. Go live it. I know right now, man, don't tell everybody your damn business because there's some dream killers out here, baby. So I told them, don't, you know. I think one of the most important things I said to him I looked in his eyes when I said it. I said, I never, I never had a conversation like this with my father, and he's dead. So I will never have a conversation like this with my father. So you should take advantage of everything you're hearing and me. Well, not take advantage of me, just heed, heed my words and talk to me when you need to, and find out things about yourself. Because like I told him, you're blessed. You got your mother, your father, your brothers, you got your older sister, all of that. My father gone. My biological father gone. So I can't never get my questions answered. Never. But I'm right here. I can answer all your questions. All Star Izzy, your microphone is breaking up. Oh, you know what? I think I know why. Hold on. All right, that's all. Better? I was joking. Good afternoon, Troy. Stopping by, showing me support. Good, thank you. Oh, that was the other one from before. Okay. Yeah. How does my mic sound now? Obviously, I can't hear myself for me being on the show, but thank you though. Still staticky. I don't know what to do. I turned off what I thought was the problem. I closed all the windows. Is it real bad or is it just a little staticky? Media assets. Let me see what I can do here. Nope, that ain't gonna help me. No comments. Still staticky. And I can't get back out to. Oh no, that's no. That'll just quiet me. Settings. I can probably go to settings. I can still hear you, but it comes in and out and out. Okay, hold on. I think I can do something here. Audio. Yeah. You know what? I know what I'm gonna do. I know what I'm gonna do. There's only one thing for me to try now. All right, hold on. I'm trying something. Okay. All right. I don't know if I still sound staticky. I got my headphones on, so hopefully that cleared it up. So you can let me know. Sure. And thank you again, there, Miss All Star. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. You're good now. All right. Hallelujah. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. These headphones came in good. But yeah, I definitely appreciate that. Always listen to the playback, so I see how it was sounding when I get off here. But what was I saying? It doesn't matter. It's my son's appreciation show. I can say whatever I want. No, I was telling him that. Oh, that's right. I was telling him that his granddad, his biological granddad, is no longer here. So even though I'm in my 50s, I still have questions about myself which will never be answered. I don't live in there. I don't live. I mean, I don't harp on it. But while I'm here, feel free to ask me any question you like. Don't ever be afraid to ask me a question. That's why God put me here. So you got anything to ask me? Ask me. Don't wait. Don't wait until wait till it's too late or something happens. I tell that to all of them. I can answer your questions. I have no problem with it. Even if it doesn't shine a good light on me, it doesn't matter. The truth is the truth, you know? So that's something else that I passed on to him, and that was good. Oh, another good thing when I went back to Baltimore, I got to see my grandbaby with her pretty self. That little girl so pretty and tall. You would think she's 7 years old. She's only 4. Tall girl. One of these days I'll get on the show with if I can keep her still. Yeah, well, she has to be right here next to me in order for me to do that. So one of these days I'll get her on the Troy Graham experience. That'll be great. That would be great. That'll be the third generation of mine I have on my show. I had I had her dad, I had her uncle, her auntie, and the other uncle was on as well. So I had all my sons on. My oldest was on Major Key's show. My other children were on here on the Troy Graham experience. Yeah, man, it's a blessing. It's a blessing when you get to celebrate things with them. Because I couldn't go to my other son's graduation because I was in the hospital, and I was so I couldn't even call him. I was so out of it, and that always weighed heavy on me. So that's why I made it a point to be there, be there, be there. You know, couldn't go. I wanted to go, but I couldn't go. Yeah, but I'm gonna make sure that I stay, I guide him. Like I told him, this is part of life where I'm your guide. I'm not here to hold your hand and woo 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 woo. No, I'm here to guide you. If you don't heed the word, if you don't heed anything from me, that's on you. That's not on me. That's on you. Because trust me, I'm only silent until they ask me a question or feel like I have something to say, which is about a lot most of the time. So yeah, oof, that was an emotional ride, man. Really, it was. 7 hours up. The train was late on the way back, so say 9 hours to come back down. So 17, 16 hours I spent on the train. I better sit up. The one thing with not having to come on camera is that I'm free to do what I want. I still got to I still got to respect the brand and stay on subject and be intelligent and energetic and charming and everything else. But Y'all don't have to see me until I get this lens fixed, so I can do whatever I want. Besides lay in the bed, because I will go to sleep if I lay in the bed. I'm like, sure, it isn't like I haven't done that before. What? Stop it. You see me do that on on Troy Graham Experience before when I was show hopping a lot. I did that, but I mean, hell. But I wish, you know, I wish that boy would have came on here today. I had so many questions for him. I do, I do. You know, I would have just thrown them out at him and listened to how he answered them. You know, because I'm glad he don't have no kids. He doesn't have any responsibilities but himself, which is a blessing, and he's thankful for that too. You know, he's thankful. And now I just need his behind to get his license. But he could do that in the military. Actually, he can get his license in the military. And there's an academy. I forgot the name of the academy that's at the Air Force where he could go and learn how to become an engineer. He just has to choose what engineering he wants to do. Whether it's so many different ones that they have in there: electrical engineering, civil engineering. It's just a long list. He could go from there. He, he'd be very blessed to get it while he get it. You know, like I told him, the only way you could fail yourself is if you quit. And we Grams, we don't quit. Excuse me for 1 second. Okay, I thought I had a call coming in, but I don't. All right, I'm back. He went to Chili's. Yeah, Chili's after the fact, after the graduation. That boy ordered the triple whatever it was, where you get three different types of chicken and fries. It's a sampler, but it was a big ass sampler. And he ate about one bite, and the rest of the time he was on the phone with that little girlfriend of his. Man, if I wanted to beat him up, I got the fajita with the chicken, the steak, and the shrimp, and I'm not getting well done steak no more. It was rubbery as hell. I'll just get medium well from now on. That joint was, I mean, when I cook stuff, I know how to time it, and I usually have the temperature, the meat thermometer where I can stick in there and let me know the internal temperatures, which I know most of them, and I could go from there. That steak was rubber. I mean, even if they did that, that's what they should have done. It would have turned out rubbery. Yeah, I'm, I'm real serious about my food, because I figured if I'm cooking for somebody, even if it's on the job, I'm feeling like I'm gonna cook for myself. This way, I know they always gonna come back because I put love in it. You can't. I know I'm off topic. I'm getting back on. I'm getting back on. You just can't settle sometimes in life. You can't. And I don't like returning food, so I didn't return it for one reason. Don't trust people. I don't trust them. So I ate it over a 2 day period because it was a lot of food, but I don't trust it. But man, what did y'all do when when your sons or daughters graduated? How did you go about taking that talk with them about the future? Even though you had it before then, but just reinforcing it. You know, how? What did you say to them to get put a fire under their belly, or did they tell you like, look? It was like, look, this is where I'm going to go, and this is what I'm going to do, and I have dreams and aspirations, and please don't try and hold me back. Okay, go ahead. Long as you do something purposeful, we all right. In this case, I'm all right. So tell me what that song that's stuck in my head is from. It's from the Wiz, from the Oz. No, it's from the Wiz. Well, man, I just wish he would have cut his hair or tied it up, put on a scully, done something with that bush. He looked better when his hair's all neat and plaited. He looks so much better. That boy could model. I'm not just saying that because he's my son. You saw the thumbnail. He really can model if he wanted to. I told him about that. I talked to him about that too. I said, you got a lot of gifts, man. You just have to figure out which ones you want to use. Some are just natural, the looks you have no control over that. But it takes more than looks to be a model. You got to have the swag and that belief in yourself as well. And you do not want them to shrink you down to the size of a 13-year-old boy. I don't know what's attractive about that, you know. And of course, he always said he could cook because he learned a little bit from me, right? So there's always culinary school, but he seemed to have his mind set on engineering. He's been saying that for a long time. So why not walk that path? Walk it, walk it, walk it. You know, don't don't be afraid. You ain't got no time to be afraid. Now is the time for you to be daring. Now is the time for you to take your chances while you're young and still got all that energy. I mean, once you get older, you still have the will and you have to find the energy. When you're young, you got the will and the energy. So use them properly and find your desire, the thing you most desire, and go after it. You know, if the Air Force is meant for you, to go after it. Becoming an engineer is what you want. Complete it. Go ahead. I want you to have a big, beautiful life. Not a little life, but a big, beautiful one. Ain't no time to him and haw and be sitting around talking about, I don't know what I want to do. Yeah, you do. You want to get up on it here. That's what you want to do. You want to live. You want to live. And that's the blessing that you have, that you can make these decisions now because everything is being done for you. The bills are being paid, food being put in the house, all of that. You got to worry about nothing right now. But yeah, I really want you to get those responsibilities so you'll understand what it means. This way, anything happened to me or your mother, you can take care of your damn self. You don't have to run to your sister or your brothers or aunties or whoever else. You can take care of yourself. I'll be so happy the day he called me and said, yeah, I made it through basic and in school in the Air Force, and my graduation date is this date. You got to travel again. You got to travel again. That's all right. I'll be out there. Hopefully, he'll be stateside and not overseas. I don't know where they train because they don't. That's right. He'll be here. He'll be here, and then he'll get deployed someplace else. So hopefully, he'll get deployed to a base that's stateside and not overseas. Even if he does go overseas, let him go and grow. Let him go and grow. So yeah, that would be great. That would be great if he could get a base, even if he just goes to Andrews Air Force Base. That's still great. That's still great because he has family all around there. He got a lot of family around there, so he'll be all right. And that's just only an hour away from Baltimore, so he'll be good and he'll be reachable. If the punk ever answers his phone, he'll be reachable. Yeah, and those pictures. That's one of the few times I've seen him smile that much. He even has a picture with his cousin. They both They're the same age in same school, graduated. Funny how life works. Yeah, I didn't know that she was in. He didn't even know she was in school with him, or I think he knew, but they didn't know that they were cousins because his mom has a huge family. So that's why he didn't know. He probably saw her and didn't know that that was his cousin, which I'm glad because that's his type right there. I'm glad nothing happened. That's why I told him it's very important for you to get to know your family because you don't want nothing to happen. That's a talk for another day. Praise the Lord. That's a talk for another day. But please, yeah. Like I said, I will forever be happy for that young man. You know, I got to see him cross, got to see him walk, however you want to put it. I got to look in his eyes and tell him, I'm proud of you and I love you. And that's ain't too much more you could ask for. Who could ask for anything more? I don't know. I can't go any lower than that, people. Peoples. But yeah, I think he'll do great in the Air Force. I really do. I really, really, really do. But I'm gonna hang around for another 4 minutes, and I'm gonna bounce off here. Or I might just hang around for the whole hour. It's only 14 minutes. If I could do 46, I could do 14. Better, better the young man was on here. We could have had a good Q&A session and just do some reflecting and forecasting for his future. So, but it is what it is, and so it shall be. So it shall be. So once I get off here, I'm gonna go eat some honey nut Cheerios and grape nuts, and I'm sure you can figure out why. A lot of fiber, a lot of fiber. So yeah, and I definitely got to get this phone fixed. I don't understand what happened to it. It's a software issue because it's not the lens. It's not something easy as the lens or settings or anything like that. It's software. I looked it up online and I cleaned the lens. That didn't do anything. So it's a software. I went on the camera and looked up all the settings. Nothing. So you know, hopefully that'll fix it. That's number one. That's pretty good. Number one. After all this time, there's only number one. Wow. Okay. Proud of me. Proud of me. Proud of me. Oh, yeah. What am I going to do? What what am I going to do? I'm asking. Or actually, that's what he's asking himself. And I'm asking myself, hopefully I can give him a good answer. Because there's no such thing as the absolute right answer, but there's good answers, you know? So I do my best to guide him. That's what I've always done. Haven't always been right because no one's always right. No one is. We talked about so many things, man. So many things. When he was off the phone with the little effort. But yeah, I just kept circling around back to the same thing. Your tomorrow is right now. That's what I told him. Your tomorrow is right now. Because you're going to blink and you're going to be 25 and then 30 and then 35 and 40. And you're going to be like, wow, where did all that time go? It went. It came and went. And I refuse to have you standing in the same spot. So let's get it together. Get it together. That being said, thank you. This has been another episode of the Troy Graham Experience. No, this has been another episode of Daddy's Lounge under the Troy Graham Experience banner. There it is. That's how we close out every day. So I want to thank everyone that came out. Old Star Izzy, appreciate you. Thank you for letting me know about my mic. I appreciate you. And then everybody else who peeped in and took and then went away, peeped in, took all of y'all. Keep coming. I mean, you can't build a house or you can't build a country or a nation in overnight. And I am that, a legacy builder and a nation builder. So trust me, better get your rookie card now because price ain't going down. That's right. So I thank y'all for that because people say, "Oh, the numbers are this, ain't nobody watching," and I'm saying to myself, that's exactly where it's supposed to be when you first start something. But see, because I'm not new to podcasting, I'm new to the talking about fatherhood and that journey. Well, as a podcaster, not in real life, but as a podcaster, I'm new to it. So what I have to learn how to do, to me personally, is just be more relaxed and ah approach it like I would any conversation. See, when I did the boxing, I could get away with so many things because I studied way more than most people did. But with it's emotional and it's raw. Why do you study for this? What you gonna Google? What? You're not gonna Google anything. You either come with the right spirit or you get pointed out as a fraud. I think I'm not as a fraud. Not on this. I have no fraud. Not when it comes to this. Oh yeah, yeah. I do what needs to be done, and I get it done, and I will. Just stick and stay. You'll see it grow. 'Cause I'm not going nowhere. I promise you that. I 100% promise you that I'm not going. This show is not going anywhere. I'm going a lot of places. I'm moving on up to a deluxe. Well, not to a deluxe apartment. To a to a deluxe property not located in the sky. Moving on up. You know, I saw this house the other day. I was checking out a house, and it had a pool in the front, which dripped down into a lake, own private lake. That means I could go into the pool and chill and go fishing at the same damn time. Who does that? I do. That's why the name is the experience, because that's an experience right there. You're sitting in your pool and you can fish in your lake at the same time, or pond, whatever it is. I think it was a pond, really, because it was close to the house. I doubt you'd want a lake that close to your house. In case a big storm comes, you won't have a house. But dreams, baby. I have visions. I no longer have dreams. I have visions. Because I'm not asleep when when I'm seeing these things. I'm wide awake. And ain't nothing stop. It's mindset, really. Because the only reason why I'm not further along in life is because of mindset. These Some of the folks I started out with who came up with me and all that, and I'm talking about in real life, not social media. Uh, they're further along. I feel they're further along than I am. I'm taking a scenic route. But why is that? Mindset. They're not smarter than me. Not by any stretch of the imagination. No, don't ever think that. But it's mindset. Because, okay, I'll give you a perfect example. When I first started boxing, I was playing with it. I was 15. Once I hit 17, I got serious. I did a lot of reading. I trained almost every day, and I studied. I mean, I went to the library. Yes, there's libraries. I went to the libraries. I watched the I watched fights on videos to nausea. I mean, I just watched them and broke them down and everything, right? And I had a passion to do so. I joined the military so I could box. It's just I had a passion, and that was the mindset. I didn't go on vacation with my family for years because I was always fighting. I always had to go to Philly or someplace and take care of business, right? I never thought that I wouldn't make it ever. I knew I was gonna make it. Come hell or high water, like they say, I was gonna make it. Wasn't no joke in my spirit neither. Anybody want to challenge me? I was ready, set, go. I don't care. If I saw somebody with some boxing gloves on, I'm ready, set, go. You know, always. I don't care if he was fast. I don't care if he was a puncher, professional, uh, top amateur. I don't care. I'm ready, set, go, baby. How else am I gonna learn? And these are the lessons I've passed on to my son. Get that passion and get that mindset, and it's nothing that you won't be able to do. If you want to make $250,000 to go speak for an hour, get into that mindset. The good Lord will bring forth the knowledge you need, and you get into that mindset, and you learn that knowledge. But then the hardest thing is applying that knowledge. Learning it is easy, but how do you apply it? That's the information is gonna come to you too. Long as you keep going, you're gonna get the trust me, the good Lord gonna move things out your way and give you the directions to go through the right door. Then it's gonna come a time where you come to a fork in the road. You're doing good. It look like, but now you're saying to yourself, I want to step up my game because I'm making $30,000 a month right now, right? That's 300,000 plus. $360,000 a year, right? Before taxes. But I really want to go to $500,000 a year. So that's $50,000 a month, right? And I have a plan. We'll go get it, baby. As long as you have the knowledge and the know how, let God take care of impossible. Don't worry about nothing else. And I'm preaching to the choir of me right now. I know I'm on here, but I'm really preaching to the choir of me because it's things I have written down, and I got to start marking these things off. I have to. It's important to me that I do. And it's important to them that I do. 'Cause I want to show them like this way. You know where we came from. But look at me now. You know, don't let nothing stop you. You know, we came from humble beginnings, right? Two-bedroom apartment to a four-bedroom house and all that. So don't let you could do anything, anything, and be like I said, be careful when you tell people your dreams. I remember I went up to a pulpit of some church. You know, they're telling people to come up and they'll pray with you and all this other stuff. So I went up there and I told the deacon, my family really needs a house, and I'm pray that we got a house, that we get a house and all of that. No, Lord gonna help me out, right? Gonna provide it. I wasn't sitting around thinking, oh, the Lord's just gonna give me a house. No, not what I was thinking. You know what the deacon said to me? Well, brother Troy, how many of you are there in the house? I said, it's five of us. He said, yeah, quite a big house, man. The houses are expensive nowadays and all that. This is on the pulpit. I mean, not yet pulpit. It was up there on the pulpit. I'm thinking to myself, this is a disgusting, doubting deacon. I don't want him to pray with me. So, so I said, he prayed with me, but the whole time I wasn't even listening to him. I didn't forget it either. But you know what happened? I got that house. That house he said I couldn't get. Amen. I got that house. Yeah, all 1,200 square feet. Divide that by five. We all had a lot of room. There was a master bedroom downstairs, three big bedrooms upstairs, you know, and one and a half bath, dishwasher, backyard, laundry room. We actually had a basement, which at the time, uh, my ex-wife at the time was planning on turning it into a nursery and opening up a daycare with her and her mother. She just had to get her 90 hour class because she had a degree already. She was going to do 90-hour class. Same thing with her mom. And man, would have been all right. Would have money coming in, right? And I was working, you know, so we would have been all right with that. But it never came to pass. But don't let it be said that nothing can't get done. The only thing stopping you from doing anything is you. The minute you keep telling yourself, "I'm tired. I can't do it. I won't do it." It goes from becoming you're tired and I can't do it to that you won't do it. I don't. I have to fight myself. Like tomorrow, I'm going on my walk, 3 miles up, 3 miles down, right? So I have to get up. My chest kind of hurts. I'm kind of, not at my best today. But tomorrow, I got to get up and do my thing. You know, I will do that because every single thing you do, whether you believe it or not, your kids, you you can use that to help your children. Every single thing. Now, if you don't do it, you won't have anything to share with them. It's just like you could tell who the people are that read by how they speak. When someone articulates themselves in a certain way and actually has something to say, don't just talk, 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 talk. Those are the ones that read. And they read with purpose. They don't read on purpose. You know? But look, I'm rambling on. I pray that somebody got something out of this today because I do this I know the onus is on me, so I am doing it with you in mind, but purposely for me, if that makes sense. You know? What drives me to do it is that I know I can help people, or maybe pass on some knowledge that maybe someone needs. That's what drives me, right? And I'm also doing it because I need to do it. I need to do it. It helps me. It's therapeutic, and sometimes it's just an escape. So I need it. This is my pat on the back. Not that I really need one. But we all need to hear that. Oh man, you did real good and all that. I hear it every time I do this show from me, and that's all I got. Bless up yourself, and thank you everyone that listened and came in the chat. Seriously appreciate it. Thank you again, Miss All Star Izzy, and everybody else who popped in and popped out. Appreciate you. I see you looking now. And everybody that's going to like and share this, like and share this, like and share this. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Like and share this, like and share this, like and share this. Bless up yourself. I'm out.